we're going to make sfincione.
This is Sicilian pizza, people.
Exactly. This is the Sicilian pizza. So you're going to take your dough, your flour, you're going to get it in your mixer, and you're going to add your salt. Now, what we did was we had some yeast bloom. Now, that's a fancy term for put some yeast in some warm water with a little sugar and let it activate. Now, see this guy down here? He's ready to work. If you have your yeast and it doesn't do anything, that guy's not coming in today. Fire him and start over. But this guy's ready to work.
That's a great tip. I love that.
All right, so now I'm going to add a little bit of water because I want a shaggy dough, which is a very fancy way to say messy dough. So we got ourselves a
How
messy
much
dough
flour, Anna, did you use? And
So-
what was it a mix, or was it just AP, or was it a mix?
Oh, I'm fancy. So I do, for this recipe, because it's a thick pizza, I do bread flour and a little bit of 00. It's an Italian flour. I love it. You don't have to use it, but I really do think it makes a great pizza. So the dough is shaggy and it's ready to go for another step. This isn't ready to cook yet. What you want to do now is proof it for 2 hours. Proofing means putting your dough in a bowl, getting them nice and warm and toasty, and letting them relax for a little bit. I have a tip for that too. I take my dough, I put it in a bowl with saran wrap, and then I run my microwave for 2 minutes on empty because it creates a nice little incubator for our dough. Now look at this guy. He's been sitting in my empty microwave
That
for 2
is
hours.
brilliant. Again, who would ever think of this? Amazing,
right,
Anna.
So this dough is ready to go. The yeast did his job. We will keep them on staff. All right. Now, the dough goes into a very, very big 9x13. I'm making this a sheet pizza because I got a family to feed. So we're cooking
Oh my
for a crowd.
God. Always Sicilian pizza is made like this.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
by the way, Detroit pizza too.
Yeah, it's always
Exactly.
big, thick, and square or rectangular.
Thick and square and puffy. All right. The other cool thing about sfincione is the sauce and the cheese are reversed, but I promise it works. What I use is mozzarella cheese sheets. I love these guys. I get them at the deli. And what they do is they create a cheesy blanket. Look at this cheesy blanket I'm creating here for you and John.
Hi,
You can
cheesy
use-
blanket. Again,
you
this
can
reminds me so much of Detroit pizza too. It's so funny,
Yeah.
different sides of the world.
Exactly. And the thing is, you can use shredded mozz, but it's gonna be harder for your lovely sauce to spread. Now, let's talk sauce. The sfincione has a tomato sauce base, which I use my mama's sauce because I'm an Italian girl and I always got quarts of it in the fridge. Recipes in Heirloom Kitchen. It's fantastic. My mom's sauce. But for sfincione, you have to add a whole bunch of sauteed onions.
A lot of onion.
Lots of onions. And I do some anchovy because this amazing TV chef, Rachael taught me to always put anchovy.
Yay.
All right. So we're going to put down this amazing, rich, thick onion sauce. I mean, your kitchen is going to smell so good when you are making this sauce. And actually in Bologna, they call this frigione and they just put it on bread and eat it. And it's amazing. Now we're going to talk breadcrumb because this is carbs on carbs on carbs.
Now this part I find crazy. I don't do this,
don't
but
do the
it is
breadcrumb
very
thing.
traditional.
Now, my family loves breadcrumb. Like you said, on pasta, we make chicken cutlets once a week. You know what my kids don't like, Rach and John? They don't like the ends of the sandwich bread. So what does mama do? Because I don't want to waste, because I'm Italian and I don't waste a thing. I make breadcrumbs for my sandwich butts. And we're going to add some pecorino romano. Again, I'm a Southern Italian girl. I love the pecorino. I'm going to add some oregano.
The ends of the bread I saved this morning to make breadcrumbs and croutons for this weekend.
You're my sister from another mister. We've talked about it. All right. So we have everything in here. And the great thing about not only not wasting bread, right, is you know what's going in your breadcrumb. You don't, you can add more cheese. You can add more sauce, whatever you want. This is your show. This really is your show. Yum, yum, yum. All right, look what I did. I just went crazy. I sprinkled it all on top. And now we're going to drizzle lots and lots
You
of
gotta
EVA oil on
olive
top.
oil it. Yes, grease that
Want
sucker
those
up.
breadcrumbs to get cooked. Hello. All right, we did it, guys. Now this is going to go in the oven, 425 for 15 minutes. Then you're going to flip it and bring it up to the top to toast up those breadcrumbs. And look what I got for you guys. Bam, Sfincione.
Whoa!
Beautiful.